Today we're looking at 20 questions on agent responsibilities. Please subscribe, hit the notification button. It's free to do so. That way you don't miss any of our videos. Also hit the like button and also comment below. It really helps us out in the algorithm, helps other people pass their real estate exam. And also check out our channel. We have hundreds of real estate questions. Here we go. What is the primary fiduciary duty of an agent to a client? B. Loyalty. The primary fiduciary duty of an agent to a client is loyalty, meaning the agent must act in the best interest of the client above all others, including agent's own interest. Which duty requires an agent to act in accordance with the lawful instructions of the principal? A. Loyalty. B. Obedience. C. Disclosure. D. Accounting. B. Obedience. The duty of obedience requires an agent to follow the lawful instructions of the principal as long as they are legal and ethical. What responsibility does an agent have regarding the disclosure of material facts about a property? A. Only disclose if asked by the buyer. B. Disclose all material facts regardless of whether the buyer asks. C. Disclose only if it benefits the agent. D. Disclose only if it benefits the seller. B. Disclose all material facts regardless of whether the buyer asks. An agent is responsible for disclosing all material facts about a property to the client and any potential buyers to ensure transparency and honesty. What does the duty of confidentiality entail for a real estate agent? A. Keeping all client information private indefinitely. B. Sharing client information with other agents. C. Disclosing client information after the transaction closes. D. Keeping client information private during the transaction only. A. Keeping all client information private indefinitely. The duty of confidentiality requires an agent to keep all client information private indefinitely, even after the transaction has closed. What is the duty of accounting in the context of real estate agent responsibilities? A. Managing the client's personal finances. B. Keeping track of all financial transactions related to the client's property. C. Providing tax advice to the clients. D. Ensuring the property is marketed effectively. B. Keeping track of all financial transactions related to the client's property. The duty of accounting requires an agent to keep accurate records of all financial transactions related to the client's property and provide these records to the client when requested. What responsibility does an agent have when it comes to presenting offers to the client? A. Presenting only the offers they consider worthwhile. B. Presenting all offers regardless of the amount. C. Presenting offers only if they meet the asking price. D. Presenting only the highest offers. B. Presenting all offers regardless of the amount. An agent is responsible for presenting all offers to the client regardless of the amount or terms so the client can make an informed decision. What is the duty of reasonable care and diligence? A. Ensuring the transaction closes quickly. B. Acting with the level of care expected of a competent real estate professional. C. Guaranteeing the best possible price for the property. D. Disclosing all personal financial information to the client. B, acting with the level of care expected of a competent real estate professional. The duty of responsible care and diligence requires an agent to act with the same level of care and competence expected of a professional in the real estate industry. What does the duty of disclosure require an agent to do? A, keep all information about the property confidential. B, disclose any information that could affect the client's decision. C, disclose only positive aspects of the property. D, keep the seller's financial status confidential. B, disclose any information that could affect the client's decision. The duty of disclosure requires an agent to disclose any information that could affect the client's decision regarding the property, including both positive and negative aspects. Before we move on, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. It's free to do so. That way you don't miss any of our information that we have that helps you pass your real estate exam. Also, it really helps if you just hit that like button and comment below. Thanks. When must an agent disclose their agency relationship to all parties involved in a transaction? A, at the first substantive contact. B, only after an offer is made. C, during the closing process. D, when the transaction is completed. A, at the first substantive contact. An agent must disclose their agency relationship to all parties involved in a transaction at the first substantive contact to ensure transparency and prevent conflicts of interest. What is the agent's responsibility if they become aware of an undisclosed material defect in a property? A, ignore the defect. B, disclose the defect to the buyer immediately. C, disclose the defect only if the seller permits. D, disclose the defect only after the sale is completed. B, disclose the defect to the buyer immediately. If an agent becomes aware of an undisclosed material defect in a property, they must disclose it to the buyer immediately to ensure full transparency and protect the buyer's interest. What should an agent do if they receive multiple offers on a property? A, present only the highest offer to the seller. B, present all offers to the seller. C, choose the offer that they think is best. D, reject the lowest offers without consulting the seller. B, present all offers to the seller. An agent is responsible for presenting all offers to the seller regardless of the amount of or terms to allow the seller to make an informed decision. What is an agent's duty when handling escrow funds? A, keep the funds in a personal account. B, deposit the funds into a separate escrow account. C, use the funds for personal expenses. D, transfer the funds to the client immediately. B, deposit the funds into a separate escrow account. An agent must deposit escrow funds into a separate escrow account to ensure that the funds are properly managed and protected until they are dispersed according to the terms of the transaction. What is an agent's responsibility regarding fair housing laws? A, to follow them only if convenient. B, to adhere to fair housing laws at all times. C, to follow fair housing laws only when dealing with certain clients. D, to ignore fair housing laws if the client requests. B, to adhere to fair housing laws at all times. An agent must adhere to fair housing laws at all times, ensuring that they do not discriminate against any client or potential buyer based on protected characteristics. How should an agent handle a situation where their client asks them to withhold information about a known defect? A. Agree to withhold the information. B. Disclose the information regardless of the client's request. C. Withhold the information only if the defect is minor. D. Disclose the information only if the buyer asks about it. B. Disclose the information regardless of the client's request. An agent must disclose known defects regardless of the client's request to withhold the information, as it is their duty to ensure full transparency and protect the buyer's interest. What is the agent's responsibility when providing opinions or advice to a client? A. To provide opinions only when asked. B. To give their best informed advice and opinions. C. To avoid giving any opinions. D. To provide only positive opinions. To give their best informed advice and opinions. An agent is responsible for providing their best informed advice and opinions to help the client make well-informed decisions. What is an agent's duty regarding property showings? A. To show properties only when convenient. B. To arrange and conduct showings in a timely and professional manner. C. To show properties only to pre-approved buyers. D. To show properties only if they think the buyer will make an offer. B. To arrange and conduct showings in a timely and professional manner. An agent must arrange and conduct property showings in a timely and professional manner to ensure the potential buyers have the opportunity to view the property and make an informed decision. What is an agent's responsibility when a conflict of interest arises? A. To ignore the conflict. B. To disclose the conflict to all parties involved. C. To resolve the conflict privately. D. To continue with the transaction without addressing the conflict. B. To disclose the conflict to all parties involved. An agent must disclose any conflicts of interest to all parties involved in the transaction to ensure transparency and maintain trust. What is the agent's duty regarding the verification of property information? A. To assume all provided information is accurate. B. To verify the accuracy of all property information. C. To verify only financial information. D. To ignore property information verification. B. To verify the accuracy of all property information. An agent has a duty to verify the accuracy of all property information to ensure that clients and potential buyers receive correct and reliable information. Before we move on with the last few questions, could you go down to the comments and tell me which state you're going to take the exam? If you're from Florida, put in Florida. It really helps me know if I need to concentrate more on a particular state and as far as their state laws. So do that for us. It'll help us make better videos in the future. How should an agent handle confidential information obtained from a client? A. Share it with other agents. B. Keep it confidential and not disclose it to others. C. Disclose it if it benefits the agent. D. Use it for personal gain. B. Keep it confidential and not disclose it to others. An agent must keep all confidential information obtained from a client private and not disclose it to others, even after the transaction has closed. So I hope you did well. I'd ask you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, and comment below. Check out our channel. We have hundreds of real estate exam questions. Have a great day.